Hey there, everybody. This is Marvin with RoninApp.com. So, we're going to teach you how to create a very basic invoice from your Ronin app dashboard. And right now, I'm logged into the main dashboard. This is our demo account, DG Studio Works. And right now, we're looking at the main dashboard. And the main dashboard is telling us that there's 54 hours and 30 minutes logged hours in the past 7 days, and there are 57 hours and 30 minutes of unbilled hours. And in order for us to create an invoice, there are several places that we can go to create that invoice. And the first place is, this generate new invoice button here. But for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and just go into the projects tab. And we have a project here called Home Remodel, and that's being billed to Acme Company. So let's go ahead and open up that project here. So when we're looking at Home Remodel, we can see that, with of all the logged hours, 0% are currently billed. And this is a graph of all the logged hours throughout the past 30 days. And you can see on the 12th where there are 3 hours. On the 13th, there are 5.5 hours, 12 hours, 20 hours, 17 hours, and that totals to 57 hours and 30 minutes. And the project total right now is $7,813. We also have some unbilled expenses here. And in order to log hours, you can click on the log hours button and you can just type in how many hours, or click this play button to start recording time. So right now it's going to start recording, and then you can just click pause and then close. Okay, so let's go back here. Home Remodel. And in order to add an invoice, you can, in order to add an expense, you can click the log expense button. To log hours, you can click the log hours button, or you can do everything on the right rail as well. So we have 3 unbilled expenses, a bunch of unbilled hours, and in order to generate that first invoice, go ahead and click on the generate invoice. I like doing it here because that automatically creates the invoice based on the unbilled hours here and the unbilled expenses here. So go ahead and click on that generate invoice, okay? And you'll be presented with this draft invoice, okay? It has the from, the to, invoice number, invoice date, payment due date, and all your itemized items here, okay? And if you want to edit it, just click on edit invoice. Okay, you can edit the details, and if anything here is taxable, you can just click on the taxable button. Okay, and then put in your tax rate. Let's just call it 9%. Okay, and then it'll give you this invoice subtotal and the invoice tax. Now, if you're in Canada, you can also click on the apply another tax button, and that will allow you to put in a second tax rate. Okay, now let's go ahead and save this first. Now let's say, since creating this draft invoice, you've added some more hours. So let's go back to projects. Let's go to Home Remodel. Now you see this paragraph says 100% billed. Now what if I add, what if I log a few more hours between now and then? Let's say I added 6 more hours. Okay, 6.0. We'll just say miscellaneous 2. Okay, we'll save that entry. Now you see the pie graph has changed. Now it's 95.6% billed, and there's 6 unbilled hours here. So what do we do with that invoice at this point? So we can click on the invoice again, okay, and then click edit, and we'll automatically tell you that there are unbilled hours that we need to add to the invoice. So let's go ahead and view that, and it's going to be the Home Remodel, and there are going to be 6 hours that are unbilled. You can add it to the invoice. Okay, and then that's this item right here. And you can drag and drop these things around. You can also add section headers. Okay, so we can call this one labor, and then group all the labor items down here. So labor A is down here. So measurements, interior design, brainstorm, material sourcing, that's not labor. We'll call this not labor either. Cabinet labor, revision is not labor. Okay, and you kind of get the idea here. You can add another section header. We'll call that getting started. Okay, we'll move that one to the very top here, and then go ahead and click Save. Now the invoice will be broken down nice and clearly. Getting started, labor, the invoice subtotal, the tax, and then the total due. And you can put in histories and comments here. Now at this point, you're going to want to send this invoice out through email, or you can print it, do a print ready PDF. You can mail this invoice to your customer, or you can just simply click send invoice via email. Okay, it's going to go to Chris Ronin. Hey Chris, here's the invoice for your record. Please proceed with payment at any time. Thanks. Okay. And we're going to go send invoice. Okay, so now this invoice is marked as sent. If we go to the invoices tab, it's going to say all invoices, this one is sent. If you go to the projects tab as well, the remodel, and it's also going to say the project invoice has been sent. So that's going to be our first tutorial. It's very basic, how to create and generate invoice based on a project. We're going to be releasing some more tutorials along the way, so stay tuned. Thanks.